Intimidated by the thought of adding sprints into your swimming, or simply feel that they're just not for you? Well, I'm here to convince you otherwise and explain why adding speed work into your swim can really benefit your overall swim time. Adding some sprints into your training will have a positive effect, whatever distance you're planning to race and whatever pace you race at. Let's start by looking at one of the more obvious reasons, the obvious factors, that ability to change pace. That comes in handy at the swim start. You might want it if you want to try and get onto a swimmer's feet, and also for getting yourself out of trouble. All of these require short bursts of faster swimming. Take the swim start. Whether a mass start or a rolling start, it can still get a little bit busy. And if you are able to accelerate and get out of the trouble or the crowded area without it being too much of a shock on your body, you can actually then find that you'll have clearer water and quite often a more direct line to that first buoy, so you'll end up swimming less distance and overall it will be less effort. The same goes for when you actually get to the buoy marker. Unless you're sort of in front of the mass or you're around the outside, it's gonna get really crowded, especially if it's a tight turn, and you can end up losing and using a lot of energy. So if you are coming up to the buoy and you're maybe a few of you abreast, then if you can accelerate a little bit there to get that clean water, or to at least just get alongside one other person, you'll find you'll get through there far more easily. And then if you're feeling really ambitious, you can use this sort of injection of speed to get onto the feet of a faster swimmer. Maybe someone's just gone past you, or you've identified some faster swimmers at the start. You'll maybe need to be able to increase that speed for say 50 to 100 meters to get onto their feet. And then once you're there, you'll be able to swim at a pace that's faster than your normal for the same effort. So basically, it's free speed. Away from the race scenario, adding sprints into your training can actually have an even greater overall benefit, even if it's less immediately tangible. Take cadence, for example. The faster you move your arms, the faster you swim. Well, it's not exactly that correlation, but working on improving your cadence or your stroke rate will have a positive effect on your swimming, and especially if you're working on trying to convert your pool stroke and making it efficient for open water. Now, in order to sprint well, you need to have a certain amount of power and strength. So working on sprints in your training will naturally add these aspects to your stroke. You've also got the psychological effect. If you do all of your swimming at one steady pace, you can start to feel really sluggish and flat in the water. So you can actually see sprints as a little bit like running strides. They're there to help you just feel good. You're naturally, if you swim faster, you're going to be higher in the water. It's going to make you feel better. You need to be really disciplined when you do add in your sprints, because they need to be done with quality. And if you can put them in at the start of your session and you've got to say the rest of the session is easy pace, you're naturally just going to feel good, and a steady pace will feel super easy compared to going really fast at the start. There's also a physiological benefit. Working at a really high intensity for a short period of time is going to get your heart rate up and going to get your lungs working. It's a little bit like doing HIIT training if you were training on land. So there's no denying that adding sprints into your swim is actually going to help for your overall cardiovascular fitness. Well, I reckon we've convinced you of the benefits of sprints now. So it's time to look at how you can actually incorporate these into your training sessions. We've got a few suggestions. Let's start off with the preparation set. We've already mentioned that and the psychological benefit. So adding in some speed work just after your warm-up, but before that main set, can get you feeling good and just get you in the right mindset, but also get your body ready to nail that meaty main set. So if you can have a look at incorporating something like this. So something as simple as 6 by 25 meters with the odd numbers fast and the even numbers easy will work wonders. Take 15 seconds rest after each, but swim the easy super easy. If you're in a 50-meter pool, then change it to 3 by 50 meters and swim hard to halfway, then easy to the end. And then you've got the main set option, where you can choose to make the sprints and speed work the main emphasis of your whole session. Well, this will require a really good warm-up, and you'll need to allow plenty of time to make sure you've got rest between the sprints so you can keep the quality up. An example could be 6 lots of 75 meters with the middle 25 meters hard and the rest easy, followed by 100 meters easy, then 4 by 50 meters with 15 meters max effort, 35 meters nice and easy, followed by 100 meter recovery, and then 6 by 75 meters with that middle 25 hard and the rest easy, 100 nice and relaxed, and finishing up with 4 lots of 50 meters back to that 35 meters easy, and the final 15 meters max into the wall. How about adding something into your long aerobic swim sets? It's quite easy to get bored if you're doing a long, steady swim and get stuck in a bit of a rut and even find yourself slowing down as a result. I know I'm guilty of that. So how about using the turns as a trigger to increase that speed? So why not try, say, every 4th tumble turn or touch turn, whatever it is you're doing, you go hard off the wall for 10 strokes and then you settle back down into your rhythm. And this will just keep you concentrating when you're swimming, and it'll make the time go much faster, whilst also replicating that change of pace that you might need in a race. Then there's that gap after the session before you're warmed down, and doing sprints post-session can be quite mentally and physically tough, trying to get yourself up for it after doing a hard main set, but you'll feel the benefits and you'll also finish feeling really strong as a result, and it's just going to help kind of get that resilience when you come into a race scenario. So you could try something like this. So before your cool down, add in a really simple 4 times 50 meters with a fast 20 meters at the start and then swim out the rest of the 50. Nice and easy. Take 10, 15 seconds rest, whatever you need before repeating. Well, there's so many variations for you to play with, and sprints are not only going to help you feel better in the water and improve your stroke technique, they're also just going to spice things up a bit and make swimming that much more exciting. So what have you got to lose? Well, hopefully you have enjoyed this and you've got some inspiration to go and do some faster swimming. Give us a like if you've enjoyed it. Remember, you can subscribe if you've not yet done so, and do check us out on social media too.